Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm banging and clanging. Okay, here we go. I'm back. We're doing it. Last time, we got 2 parts in the Distant Spring, and Stroud are working towards the next part. But we were confronted with many enemies in very, very awful assortments. So today, we're gonna go deal with that. I'm not looking forward to it. Let's see, we got bull bears. Bull bears and their kin, very close to a gust bug. What are those? What are those guys called? I should look up what those guys are called. Yeah, hold on. I'm curious. Let's see here. Pikmin gust enemy. Oh, of course I should have guessed. It's the puffy blowhawk. The puffy blowhawk. Oh, Pikmin enemy names are fantastic. I love a game with some good enemy designs and naming conventions, and I feel like Pikmin kind of knocks it out of the park there. We're just gonna take a whole slew of reds. You know, I think I'm just gonna get a full 100 of reds, to be honest. To do some fighting, just put our best foot forward. Let's get some nectar too. You can see them speed-wise, like you can actually see them split up according to what they're wearing. I mean, what they have on their heads. Got a little better. We're gonna have some stragglers, but that's fine. I'm gonna have to throw enemies, I think. I think I'm gonna have to throw Pikmin on this one. Honestly. Like, I'm not seeing a way around it. I could throw some Pikmin and then back up, try to kill the small ones, and then back up. Maybe I should just throw Pikmin at this guy. Whatever you do, I think you can't throw them on the face. I think you have to throw them on the back. Either that or I try to get him from the other side. You leave me the heck alone, dude. I'm not trying to play these games. I'm being serious, man. I just learned your name. Oh, I can come at him from behind if I come up through here. I need to fight that guy and kill him anyways. Maybe I don't even need to fight that bull bear. Like, why not just, like, not even fight the bull bear, right? That guy spitting rocks at me. Man, that fire was loud as heck. There's There's another entrance from this direction, I think. Well, we'll see when we get up there. We're gonna have 2 blues with us. Cool. Whoa. Yeah, having to enter when he's already aggroed to you is a little hard. Oh man, knocked him out. Sick. I remember that guy taking a little bit longer. I'm gonna be honest. I've discovered the bowsprit. With this piece installed, my ship should regain some of its sleek shape. Yeah, another part that seems extremely important. I don't know. Okay, if I... Which way are you guys gonna go? If I, like, try to have you pick Guy up? They are going this other direction. Are you guys gonna walk through there? No. No, they're not. Oh, no, yeah you are, yeah you are, yeah you are. Okay, okay, no avoiding it, no avoiding it. I understand. I see what we're about now. Some guys might have gotten stuck under that bridge. That's fine. Hey, Blue Pikmin, I'm just gonna say, if you guys get caught in the crossfire here, no, you know, I'll spare you two the trauma of that. This is gonna be freaking dangerous. But you know what? I can always run back into this cover if I need to. Which is huge. Got him, okay. Sick, okay. That wasn't that bad. I don't think that was that bad. No, I think that was pretty good. I think so. Ow. Oh my gosh, fire does a lot of damage. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. You have to be careful not to lose health. As all your Pikmin stay exactly where they are. You get immediately teleported back to the ship. You lose all the Pikmin wherever if they're not over by the ship when you lose your health, and then you also lose the rest of the day too. Yeah, losing health on Olimar is super bad. It's very rare that it would happen. Enemies don't really go for you when there are Pikmin around. But it's still a freaking nightmare. There. It seems like we're gonna need a bunch of blues next. I personally believe. Let's see here. I like the little doodads flying around. Oh yeah, the whole top of the ship now. Actually, it looks fully formed. Doesn't seem like there's any holes in it anymore, which is cool. The so-called face of the dolphin, in point. Oh, in point of fact, I designed it. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I do like how often Olimar says, I don't know how any of these parts work, because it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you drive a car, right? You may drive a car, but do you know how a car works? Or why it works exactly? Like all the ins and outs? Do you know why each part's there and what each part is doing? Now with a more intensive vehicle that involves, you know, other people's lives and things. Well, I mean, cars kind of involve that, right? There are professional drivers. Maybe professional drivers know. Generally speaking, know how cars work. I'm sure race drivers understand that. But like, I don't know, like, would an aircraft pilot understand, like, how all the parts in an aircraft work and function and do the things they do? I don't know, maybe, because aircrafts are pretty intensive and dangerous things. Arguably more dangerous than a car, I would imagine. So like maybe a pilot would have to know the ins and outs of something that they're going to be flying, as opposed to, you know, just drivers every day. With that being said, you know, while still manning, it's still people manning massive death traps. Probably without knowing completely why everything is there and how it functions in its entirety. At last, my pilot seat. Once I get this installed, my cockpit will finally be back in order. Soon, my ship will be starting to look more and more like the Dolphin of old. Ah, the memories. Oh, that's nice. Oh, this is just the seat. I thought this was like a life preserver or something. It's so satisfying to see a full ring of Pikmin around something. These boys should be good to go, I think. Back through here and stuff, I'm imagining. As long as there's no, like, bugs. Doesn't seem to be. Okay, well then we can keep cracking at it. Those guys will be good. Going all the way back here now. Only 2 more parts here. Yeah, it's I think the most comparable thing though is for sure the idea of, like, you know, we all drive cars, but for Pete's sake, do we not? I would say 90% of people who drive cars not know most things about a car and like how it works and what each part does. That's why we have people who specialize in fixing cars, so we don't have to. Picturing this in the cockpit, images of me lifting off into space begin to fill my taxed brain. It fills me with inspiration once again. Oh, that's awesome. But, I mean, if anything, what that says is this is a world, like Olimar's planet is one where having a spaceship, flying it out to go wherever, whenever you want to, is the equivalent of just driving a car now, which is kind of wild to think about. I could not imagine people on Earth, I could not imagine human beings getting to a point where everybody just casually has even just like aircraft, things that fly, with the kinds of things people do, the ways people drive cars, you put those, give us a whole like new dimension to traverse through. Holy crud. Oh, plus not to mention just the way airspace works in countries and things like that. You can have people flying around. You just couldn't. It would be a nightmare, an absolute nightmare, let alone spaceships. There's another thruster, which seems like it'd be pretty important. Well, that was exact. Go me. Hey, where are you guys gonna walk with that, though? Crud. Woof. Okay. That was okay, I think. I think I lost like 3 there. And water dimples. Water dimples are pretty mean. They eat pretty fast. I found my number 2 Ionium jet. It's easy on the eyes, and its fuel efficiency is easy on the budget. That's another thing, too. The idea that a majority of people would be able to... the idea that most, like anybody, could like have a aircraft or a spaceship would have to imply that those things have become affordable. And for those things to become affordable to like the average, like lower to middle class person, oh, holy crud. Those things would have, the amount of corners that would have to be cut. Have you seen a car, somebody who's driving a car that was made in like the 80s or the 90s? Those, like, some of those, like a real, like a real beater or something, right? Sometimes you sit in somebody's car and you're like, this thing is running off of Tic Tacs and bubblegum. Like this thing feels like it could fall apart at any moment, and it might. And everything's just like, but yet they still run. The way that cars are able to still run despite like everything could be falling apart in them. But no, hey, they move from one place to another. Okay, let's see here. Ugh. Just checking something real quick. Well, that seems like a big piece. Do I... Oh, I understand. Oh, this is gonna be the biggest endeavor yet. Yeah, we have to turn blue Pikmin yellow, and then we're gonna have to turn them back. This might take a whole day in and of itself. So I'm just gonna... I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that today, although we have 2 notches left. We're gonna need a lot more Pikmin though. Oh, actually, we're just gonna need these guys. 45? That thing shouldn't weigh more than 45, right? If I get up there, though, and it weighs more than 45, that's going to be discouraging. I wish I could check. I wish I could like, get a Pikmin up there just to be able to check it. But, okay. I mean, yeah. But I think we're for sure not going to be... We just don't have the time to get this last part up here, because this is a pretty extensive process. Although, you know what though? Actually, well no, if we're gonna be able to do it, then we have to do it with the Pikmin that we have by this flower right now. Because my thought was I could just have yellow Pikmin, that would cut the time of having to turn these blues into yellows. Dude, buddy, pal, friend. What I could do is I could just leave these guys up here overnight so that they're already up here. I could just pluck them the next day. Yeah. But yeah, I think I will do that. Might as well, right? Because, man, yeah, the day's already freaking spent. Freaking lo-fi beats to pluck Pikmin to. That's what we got right now. Does it need an exact amount of Pikmin? What happens to those Pikmin that it just ate? It'll turn them eventually, right? Well, well, I sure hope it does. It didn't turn them. Did the candy pop bud just eat my Pikmin? That's what I'm thinking. Or is it because there's more Pikmin to pluck over back at the base over here? Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a 2-day one, I think. I think that's just the way it has to be, because that last part was gonna take too much time. What was that? What? Did you hear that? The boom, 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 boom. What was that? I've heard that before while playing this game. That was horrifying. I hated that. I didn't like that at all. Okay. Well, it's a good thing we get to leave the planet. You know, I don't think I'm ready for staying on the planet through night, like it seems like we're going to do in Pikmin 4. I'm not ready for that, because here's the thing, that Bulborb having glowing red eyes, that's not the part that scares me. The part that scares me is the idea that, like, all the creatures, if you notice, the Bulborbs and Bulblaxes and things like that, they're all sleeping. All the large ones are always sleeping during the day, implying that those are the ones that are nocturnal. Those are the ones that you see them coming out at night. But the thing is, like, the scale. What's the scale going to be like of how many enemies are we going to be facing at night, and how? Because, like, I don't know. There are moments where you get, like, in a huge big rumble and have to fight and have to, like, manage a fight with a lot of enemies from coming at you from a lot of angles at once. But I don't know. Like, if it's gonna be like a horde mode thing, I don't know how we're gonna do this. Anyways, 17 days since impact. Fire should be a natural enemy of the Pikmin, but on closer examination, I found red Pikmin to be impervious to it. It is fascinating. The reds continue through the flames, completely oblivious to any Pikmin burning around them. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Pikmin seem like they don't really have maybe, like, thoughts or feelings. They seem maybe like they have a bit of a hive mind thing going on. Yeah, well, one part left in the Distant Spring. We're not gonna have a whole other episode for that. We're going right back in. Oh man, Distant Spring's almost done. Wow, I'm gonna finish this today. I just realized. It's a short game, you know? It's not even like... You could easily beat this game in maybe like 5-6 hours. Even quicker. I've been going pretty casually running through it, to be fair. Okay. You should have a bunch of... Yeah, okay, all those Pikmin still stayed there. It didn't show that I had any Pikmin lost or, like, left behind. So maybe I don't have to worry about that? No, none of these guys, ballooned, though. There we go. What? Why did you... What? He just... Did you see that? He sprinted right into the water. He sprinted right into the abyss. Like, I don't understand. I'm so confused. A blue Pikmin, having been turned into a yellow Pikmin, was so horrified at this new body he had been forced into that he ran over to the water and drowned himself. There's probably a message here, but I don't want to think too much about it right now. Criminy. Alright, gang, I'm gonna throw you over to the nice, dry land. Not gonna risk it. How many we got? We got 50? That should be enough, right? Oh, this thing only needed 20? Aw, man. That's freaking easy. I think all the enemies in this place are freaking dead. I feel like I've... Get out of the water, bud. You're so close to not being in the water. You just gotta jump out. Earlier been watching all the game conferences and shows that have been happening. So far, I think the Summer Games Fest was the best one, but that's because it had Final Fantasy Rebirth in it, and that sort of was a huge showstopper moment. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy and whatnot. The PC game show, it had a lot of, it was a long, that one was long, and it showed a lot of different games, a lot of very different types of games, and that's great and fine. It didn't show anything that really caught my eye. It also just, these game shows, they need better trailers. There's so many times where a game teaser or trailer will end and you still don't know what the game is. You still don't know what you're going to be doing. Here's the thing. Teasers work fine for movies and shows and things like of that nature, right? Because you don't want to spoil the contents of those things, so just give somebody a taste, give somebody like a vibe, an idea of what's going on. You can be as loose with trailers for that kind of stuff as possible. With games, you don't need to show any story. You don't need to show any of that stuff. You just need to show the game. The one thing that you always need to show is gameplay. Criminy. You cannot get away with just not showing the gameplay because it's a different medium. This is an interactive medium. People need to know what they themselves are going to be sitting down doing in your game. It's just, and then they never learn. They never learn. Trailers never change. You throw on some pop song, throw on some like super dramatic electronic music or pop song, and then you boot up the CGI trailer, and it's just my eyes glaze over every time because it's like, oh yeah, that even sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that was neat. That seems cool, but what's the game? And then the game ends up being like a freaking slice of life, like town builder. It's like, well, okay, all right. Thanks for basically lying to me, I guess. Okay, last part. Well, not the last part of the game, but the last part of all the main levels. I found my Chronos reactor. Using strange new technology, this machine is able to warp the space-time continuum and turn it into energy. I am constantly amazed at how many mysteries are locked inside the parts of my ship. Again, I have no idea how it does that, but dang, it does that, and that's pretty neat. Alright, gang, you can get started on this. Godspeed, boys. Oh, they're just leaf Pikmin. Oh, they're slow. Come on, gang. That gust bell is really not gonna screw this? Guess not. Okay. Is there anything else to do? I don't think there's not even enemies to clear out. We may just like end the day. This feels weird. I mean, maybe there's enemies. Oh, here's a unique thing. I'm waiting to see this interaction. If you notice, the bridge is a little rolled back. It's because the shear grubs will actually like eat up the bridges that you make and stuff. So then you normally would go and kill them and stop them from doing that. But yeah, so your progress is not always permanent. Enemies come back, shear grubs come back, or shear grubs will reset your things, stuff like that. For the most part, though, I knew this thing could have 40. The Pikmin just weren't latching on. And here it is, the final part. Chronos Reactor. This reactor changes permutations in the space-time continuum into pure energy. Basically, it's like a big rubber band. I've covered 29 of 30 parts, increasing the dolphin's capabilities. My storage can now cover a wider area. Now, Olimar could leave right now. His ship, if you couldn't tell, his ship is in tip-top shape again. But that means that we are quickly approaching the end. There's going to be one more part dedicated to the final area of the game, which may only take one day. If it only takes one day, then I'll do the I'll take a peek at the challenge area, the challenge mode as well. If it takes more than one day, then that'll be lumped up into one day, and then I'll have a bonus part with the challenge mode. But I think for now, I'm gonna look up and see if we can't check out those other enemies. So let's actually call it a day. First time we're actually going to sunset immediately, but there's truly nothing else to do, so that's all she wrote. Okay, let's see here. 18 days since impact. At last, but a single part remains. Since I've recovered 29 of the missing parts, the dolphin's power is near capacity. In the forest depths below, I see a region where the final part must lie. Clearly, this is my final trial. My life support fails in 12 days. Courage. I always remember this. I always remember him saying courage at the end. We cannot escape the themes of courage. So yeah, I'm reading here. The two optional enemies that you can fight, or encounter, rather, are the Gulix and the Mamuda. They both appear on the impact site, starting from day 8. The Mamuda, on even-numbered days, will be there. And on odd-numbered days, Gulix will be there. So whatever day we're on right now, we're going to be on day 19. So we'll be fighting the Gulix. We'll go there, fight Gulix, and then we'll go there again, face off against a Mamuda. Oh, if you look, up into the sky. There's just shooting stars as you approach the final trial. And I love how it's just called the... He doesn't give it like a fanciful name like the Forest of Hope or the Impact Site. I keep calling it the Garden of Hope. Whoops. Forest Navel, Distant Spring. This is just called the final trial because that's truly what it is. But for now, let's head on over to the Impact Site and check out these other enemies. I normally don't because, again, there's only 2 parts in the Impact Site. So there's rarely reason to. I was right. Smoky Prog only appears if you make it to the Distant Spring before day 15. I was actually right about that. Well, okay, so this thing is gonna be... This is an enemy entirely made up of water, so you do not want to go in there with anybody but blues. We can actually use this... We can also use this as a situation where we can repent for our sins of all these Pikmin we have lost on this adventure. Man, I have never had so many blues in a Pikmin run in my life. Truly. No, don't hit him. Leave him. Leave him be. He means us no harm. Pikmin really will just go and try to kill anything, though. It's kind of funny. Oh, crud, there he is. So the way this guy works is, he'll just kind of reach out to you, try to fight you. Takes 20 years to kill, I guess. It's not a hard fight. It's a completely unique one, though. You want to hit the pearl inside of him, though. If you hit the other thing, it'll send a shockwave. That will... I like how he moves, though. If you hit the other thing, it'll send a shockwave that will knock your Pikmin out of him. So you have to be kind of like mindful of that. Especially since he's going to be trying to kind of like align you to do that. It's very rare we get a full 100 Pikmin wailing on an enemy. And man, he actually did a decent chunk of damage on his own. Nothing that you'd have to probably worry about, but oh. And then he just drops some pellets, I guess. I honestly thought he was gonna drop his pearl, but I suppose, I guess not. Kind of weird, kind of odd. Well, I guess that's gonna be it. I mean, we can just farm more Pikmin, but kind of don't need to do that. Or rather, we can do that on the next day. So I guess we just end the site. It's weird to just end days so quickly. Hey, we'll get more end day reports though too, which ain't half bad. Let's see here. Let's see here, Smoky Prog. Yeah, I'm like reading other things about the other things in the game. I'm very curious about the Smoky Prog. Oh right, I think it's. Oh wait, this was. I think I had the theory wrong. It says the relationship between the Smoky Prog and Mamuta of being radically different between larval and adult stages could be derived from that of the Paradox Frog and its young, Paradox Frog tadpoles are about 4 times larger than their adult selves. That's interesting. Right, the Smoky Prog is supposed to be... It's supposed to be a Mamuda. That's what it's supposed to be, a larval state of a Mamuda, which is very interesting. And kind of frightening, because Mamudas actually are not violent creatures. We'll see them. We're going to go check one out in a moment. Mamudas are actually completely non-hostile. Well, I mean non-hostile. They will quote-unquote attack you, but it's actually a benefit to do so. Or to get attacked by one. Oh, cool. We're actually going to get some, like, Olimar reporting on enemies. Yeah, he acts like... Olimar has a bunch of reports on different enemies, too, which are cool. 90 days since impact. Iridescent flint beetle. This creature's hypnotic reflective body is quite hard, giving it a good defense against Pikmin attacks. Why, then, do the Pikmin chase it in such a frenzy? I wonder if it will undergo any change if I hit it directly with Pikmin. We got some crazy Pikmin numbers. I mean, dang, we had like 12 days remaining before even going to the final trial. We're chilling. We're chilling super easy. Yeah, I thought there'd be a malformed larval Mamuda. That's actually very. I'm glad I opened up the thing for the Smoky Prog then. In that case, since we were about to go see a Mamuda, I think that actually worked out good. Let's see here. There's no even 3-way split. In the other games, we'll actually get to have an even split of all Pikmin types, which is cool. But this is the best we can do now, I guess. Hey, gang. Oh man, I'm gonna have flowers of every kind. Oh well. And there he is. Yeah, if you notice, he actually is quite smaller than, he is definitely way smaller than the Smoky Prog was, but it's kind of grim, because, like, look at this thing. I mean, this thing's kind of weird looking to begin with, to be fair. But if you notice, he's not aggro. He's got like these little like tattoos almost on him. Kind of a goofy guy. This is the one enemy too that like it's kind of hard to imagine what this guy's supposed to be. Yeah, he's just chilling. He doesn't even attack you actually, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure they attack you on sight too, but like here, this guy's not even attacking, which makes me feel bad for what's about to happen next. Oh, he actually does have his own body though. Poor guy. But if you notice this right here, and once he's aggro, I mean, I couldn't imagine how you'd be able to pull these Pikmin out. Now, obviously, we didn't get to see this, what he actually does. If these Pikmins were leaves, then they would have turned into flowers after being smacked into the ground. But he doesn't actually kill anybody, which is really interesting. Mamuda is just sort of like flowers. We'll see that detail a little bit more in 2. They'll have a little bit more of a use in 2, for sure. There's a lot of ways to get Pikmin to be flowers, but facing off against Mamudas in 2 is like one of the best things. Or getting to floors that have Mamudas in them is one of the best things in 2 by far. Oh man, I'm so amped for 2. or to get to do. The game would probably make my like top, if I had like a best games, best my personal favorite games ever. That game would probably make top 20. For sure, a Pikmin game would have to appear on there. Mind you, I'm not saying best game ever made. Well, not saying a list of best games ever made. Just personal favorites. Come here, bud. Okay, well, I guess with that, it's about time we finish this, I guess? I suppose? It's weird. I mean, there's like truly nothing left to do, and to see, that's like literally the last thing. I wasn't sure how much time we would have left after getting all the parts, which is why I wasn't sure if it would be worth it to go and check out the optional enemies. But I think it's, you know, I think they're cool. I think they're really cool. It would have been cool if they incorporated them into the other levels. But, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty obvious that this game was like... This game is very clearly a... This game very much feels like a proof of concept kind of a deal, you know? Like, this game feels very much like it's the, it's a demonstration of what the GameCube can do. I mean, it's a great game, and it's a very fun game in my opinion. I think it's well made and fun to play. But I think, you know, just like the scope of it, the size of it, it's very clear that like this is not meant to be a massive undertaking or a massive adventure. It's a short, sweet little like, hey, we had this idea, here's look, check out what our console can do. Have fun with this, you know. Very nice, like, get in, get out. For the most part, all the Pikmin games are like that. Although 2's, I don't know, I feel like 2's a pretty substantial game. Pikmin 3 is like a middle ground as far as length goes. Yeah, we'll nab that just because it's... I don't know, having more Pikmin is just kind of funny. And then with that, we go to Sunset. "20 days since impact. I wonder if I shall ever be able to escape from this world. How much suffering must I endure before I can finally see my family back home again? Still, when my heart grows too heavy, I take comfort in my efforts. I will get home, or I will expire trying." And with that, that is the end of this part for Pikmin 1. If you enjoyed this, comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of more things in the future. Streams of Tears of the Kingdom are happening on the channel. Parts of this are being uploaded. Check out the links in the description to support me and my friend in the game that we are trying to create. And until next time, don't forget to be kind. Don't be afraid to change. See you later.